Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Fly Like an Eagle podcast. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. I'm with my guys, James Scorza, Joe Mars, Passionate Sports Show. We got a lot to talk about, guys. What is up, Big J? We got people already in the chat. Shout out to
Go
you.
dogs,
Uh,
my friend. Go dogs. I see what you did there, brother.
AK's in the chat. What is up,
I'm not
AK? Thank you
talking
for
about the
coming.
college football playoffs. I'm not talking
Hey,
about it.
I don't want to talk about my Michigan team, all right? I
Uh,
don't want to talk
yeah,
about that today.
yeah. I ain't gonna go there with Michigan, but at least
I don't
somebody's
want to talk about that guy. That
still in
guy
the
is so
brackets.
gross.
I forgot to break that. I was gonna say to my Joey before we go into our Shapiro. Obviously, I was gonna ask you the reason why you learned judge is because your Notre Dame Fighting Irish didn't make it, but my Bulldogs did. Let's get it, man. Let's fucking get it, dude. Let's
Michigan
go.
has a bowl game. Yay.
Who do they play? Well, then you know with the
Texas.
circumstance that's going on right now. What do they do?
This is making me sadder. Can we move on to the topic?
I'm
How is
sorry,
this
man.
making you more sad than what we already been through?
Right? It's even more sadder, but that's the only thing
All
too. The
right.
Eagles are making us even more depressing, right?
So let's just get this underway. The
Let's get it.
Eagles lose to the Los Angeles Chargers. A one-handed Herbert. They lost to a
Oh,
one-handed Herbert. So
good
I'm gonna
lord.
kick it off with Joe, James, and myself. Go for it, Joe. Your thoughts about the game?
So I've heard of a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, but a one-armed Herbert beating the Eagles. Yeah, that stings. And
Mhm.
especially when that game, for as poorly as it was played by the Eagles, was still there for the taking at the
Yeah.
end. And I got to be honest, it was a boring game
It
for
was.
me. I was watching it, I was dozing in and out. I think I woke up in the beginning of overtime, and then I heard like the end of overtime, and I'm like, what in the world? And all I heard was the Eagles lost. I'm like, of course they did. And you got to understand something. What I heard all week this week, it's not just one person's fault. Yet I heard if we had Justin Herbert, we wouldn't have lost that game. If you mean to tell me that most of these GMs out here, if they had the choice between Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, they wouldn't pick Justin Herbert? I'm like, but I thought we weren't just blaming one person. But apparently we are. So like here's my thing is was that Jalen Hurts's swan song? No. I think that was Jalen Hurts' worst outing, and you get better from there.
Hmm.
And Baldy said it earlier this week by saying that there was still a lot of good things you could pull from the video. Some of the throws were there. They just like AJ Brown had butterfingers.
Hmm.
There's an idea of that Jalen Hurts can't run, but it's not about whether he can run or not. They're not running the RPO scheme, where some people like Spike Eskin would like to say that they are. Well, here's a little news flash for you, Spike. When they are, typically if it's run and it's incorrectly run, then usually the offensive line gets a flag for a legal man downfield. I have been seeing a lot of flags on the offensive line lately, but not that flag, not that
Terrible.
penalty. So for me, it's a matter of we need to get back to basics with this team. And if the Chargers showed you anything, don't take any defense for granted because that defense feasted on the Eagles offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, James.
Yeah. It was a tough one for sure. Obviously, I think the one thing that sticks out to me the most, more than anything that happened during the week, is that with Justin Herbert, like with only one arm, it was just like he was unstoppable. It was like it was a little bit of a mixture that I felt more like I was Lloyd Bridges that I especially or like an airplane, and if where I'm going at is that I basically picked the worst week to give up on something, and also there was another time when I felt like it was the Young Frankenstein with Gene Wilder, and it was like one hump, and then I start to feel like, wait a second, the guy was like the friggin' the friggin' guy in the Mighty Python episode with the arms cut off, and they said, "Oh, it's just a flesh wound, no big deal." So, but back to the real reality of the Philadelphia Eagles at this point, it's concerning. It's very concerning. I thought I saw concern after the Cowboy game. I thought I saw concern after the Giants' first game, and I said to myself, "Well, probably they'll probably get their foot under them," and they did for only 2 weeks, and then after that, they started to go back to where they were. I mean, I don't know if it's a Super Bowl hangover we're feeling here. I don't know if it's basically if you can't beat the Raiders this week, you're done. That's all I got to say. It's plain and simple. If you can't beat Kenny Pickett and the Raiders in the snow or whatever the temperatures are going to be like in this type of environment, you're done. You're basically saying that this is 20. I mean, everybody. I mean, I don't want to say the words. Dare I say 2023? Because everybody's. I mean, even Brandon Graham said this week on Gargano said we're not talking about 2023, but I don't know, man. It's starting to have
James,
that little mixture. What's that?
If you have that clip from Groundhog Day, believe me, it's appropriate because
it is.
I did the math. So we lost 3 in a row. We should beat the Raiders. Then we have the Commanders, Bills, and Commanders again. What's not to say that we beat the Raiders and lose those next 3, and then we face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card round.
Yep.
Now, what does that sound like? Losing the last 6 out of the last 7 games in a season after starting out hot, going and facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and losing and looking completely disoriented. What season does that sound like? Oh, right, 2023. That's right.
Yep, pretty much.
Actually, Big J comes in and goes, Tampa's out of the playoffs.
No, they're not. They're 7-7. They still have a chance.
Gotcha.
They do.
Okay. And Alberto checks in. I love that name, Alberto. Don't be surprised if we lose to Kenny Pickett. Mr. 3 and out and it's trash and blame others for his mistakes. Big J also goes, Kevin Patullo should be the one to blame. He makes bad play calls. We're going to get into like who to blame and all that in just a bit. So you guys better stay tuned for that because we got a lot to talk about there.
I got to give a shout out, Mitch, to our guy Scott, though. Hey, yeah. Scott, I know you're a Giants fan. You must be loving the rumors that Kevin Patullo could be your next coach.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Giants. So you gotta be loving that, buddy.
Well, I give him my sincere sympathy for Pete Alonso going to the Orioles.
That too. James, when you want to read this comment from your dad?
Sure. So he says if they can't beat the Raiders, there will be like Chip Kelly collapsed in 2020. Yeah, Yeah. Here's the thing, man, about that too. Since I brought up here, I thought about this too a lot with a few friends of mine when I was texting them, and I said to myself, dude, this is like Chip Kelly 2014 with Mark Sanchez all over again. I mean, they were games in 2020. I'm sorry, not 2024. 2014 was on the edge of your seat, but one time, once they found something, boom, Chip Kelly was meaningless. And then the next year, Chip Kelly trading away Shady and Foles and Macklin and even getting those so-called Oregon Ducks here. And then he was out of here before 2025 was over. So I have to say this right now, and bear with me for saying this. If they don't know, if they, say for example, Kevin Patullo fails miserably at this job interview and says, I'd rather be back with Philly. And you bring back Kevin Patullo for 2026, it's going to show you the same level of results that Chip Kelly had in 2015. The only difference is that it's not, I mean, hopefully we don't draft a quarterback or we don't trade like Chip Kelly went on a trading spree like he did in 2015. But the big difference was in 2015 was the team was so embarrassed by week 2, it was already over.
Hey, James. Just remember, Kenny Pickett's not the only one coming back.
That's right.
Chip Kelly's coming back.
Actually, no.
No, they let him go.
They let him go?
Oh, yeah.
they
good
fired
riddance.
him a
Well,
while
actually,
back.
Genty's gonna make sure he's gonna have a Saquon type of day because like that's what everybody. Or
So,
the other guy. Who's the other guy that I gotta keep? There's another guy that was a
Can I make a gripe
somebody like
about
that. I don't
something?
know.
I know we're gonna get to the blame game later,
Yeah, I can't
but
wait for this.
I gotta say something that has been on my mind since Monday. So I'm watching the game, and I'm watching. I don't usually watch the commercials, but I was caught up on my DVR, so I had to
Mhm.
watch the commercials. And there was an Allstate commercial. I don't know if you guys caught it.
Hmm.
It was with AJ Brown in it,
Hmm.
and it was either Allstate or State Farm. It was
Might be
one of those.
Geico. I think it was Geico.
No, it was one of the car insurance things or some or other. And so there was a thing where he was like, it's just like he was saying, I'm open. Like, you know, how you guys are. You're open all day. I'm open all day. I'm open all day.
Yeah, right.
And he kept saying it throughout the commercial. I'm open all day. And then after the Chargers game, I'm like, okay, you're open all day, but you don't catch all day, do you?
so
So you want me to give my blame game, or you want? Actually, I'll save it for the middle portion.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
So Joe Scorza comes in and goes, the big difference with 2023 is this defense is a bona fide top 5 defense right now.
They're not the problem at all. They're not the problem.
Big Zay says most people don't realize what goes on the field, and when people are watching the Eagles on Hard Knocks, they know what the players are actually saying. And Chad comes in and says, "What's up?" to each 3 of us.
What's going on, Chad? How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Chad? Sorry about TJ or Watt. Sorry about Watt for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which sucks.
Yeah, my condolences go out to him. I hope he comes. I hope we wish him very well after that puncture lung. That sucks, man. That sucks.
Yeah. So let me go back to the game because there's one thing particular that I'm kind of mad at. We had 7 sacks and still lost. How is that possible? 7 sacks. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7. 7. 7 sacks.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there, buddy. I see what you did there, brother.
Yeah. All right. So with this,
we just lost Joe.
With that game.
You're not doing that. You are not doing that this episode.
Anyways, I gotta say this about this.
Oh my god!
How many carries did Tank Bixby have?
Nothing.
0. So
Cheerio.
those are my 2 things. So those are my 2. And wait, no, there's another thing too. It was before the half, right? Like kick the field goal, right? Just kick the field goal.
Yep.
They
kick the goddamn field goal.
Throw it. It goes incomplete. Then they miss the field goal anyways. Like, no, you run it.
You know,
and then you set up the field goal.
Let me say this about this too. The second, the ending of this first half, right? You just brought it up there, and that's a good point by you, Mitch. So basically, you call the timeout, and you're thinking, okay, maybe you'll get a play out of it. No, you throw it out of bounds, so you ran out of real estate, and then you bring in Jake Elliott, and then you miss the freaking field goal. It's like, this offense is so incoherent. They're just inconceivable. Like, I mean, I swear to God, I never seen a team look so dysfunctional one year. Like, one year they look like they're like juggernauts, and then the next year they're like bottom feeders. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's unfreaking believable, man.
Yeah. Let's just get right into this, guys, because we're going to spend a lot of time on this. We're going to spend a lot of time. So let me change the layout here, and then let me go to here. There we go. So as you guys can see, there's 6 people here, or 6 whatever, who's ever most to blame. You got Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, Kevin Patullo, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and the O-line. This goes for the whole losing streak, not just the last game, for the skid that we have had. So me, James, and Joe, we're going to rank them from 1 to 6. So
Mhm.
I would go first, hypothetically, and I'll pick Sirianni. And James will go. He'll pick Patullo. And then Joe would go. He'll pick the O line. I don't know. I don't think he'll pick the O line. That's just me.
I think
But
the O line's more. I think the reason why the O line probably won't get that much blame is because of the injury front and
yeah.
also the lack of penalties.
All right. So we're gonna start off with Joe here. Out of these 6, what is your number 1? Who's the most to blame?
Nick Sirianni, because he's the boss. He's the man. He's the head coach. He's the guy that everyone listens to.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're Jalen Hurts, Kevin Patullo. I don't care who you are. Outside of Harry Roseman and outside of Jeffrey Lurie, he's the boss. So if he's not controlling whatever is going wrong and fixing and running the ship, damn it, you're the captain. Like, I'm not even just talking about the thing that you put on your chest. No, dude, you're the captain of this damn ship. So when you see us hitting some rocks, you're supposed to be the one that steers us away from those rocks.
Okay.
I think
James.
I'm in the same boat as Joey. I think it's Nick Sirianni for sure. We're both in the same count here. I think. I mean, yeah, sure, Patullo. Everybody's going to blame Patullo for being number 1, but it starts at the top, like Joey said. Like number 1 is Sirianni at the top.
We're all on the same boat here. It is Nick Sirianni because once you look at this, right, you have Kevin Patullo making the calls, right? You have him making a play, but Sirianni's got to step in and override that. Sirianni's not doing that. He's not being aggressive. He's being a cheerleader. How many times have I said that on this podcast? That Nick Sirianni is a glorified cheerleader? Just grab him some pom-poms, guys, and let him play rock, paper, scissors or something. I'm telling you, he's the most to blame. All right, then Joe,
I concur.
Who is your number 2?
So this might shock you. I'm gonna go AJ Brown.
Okay.
I think AJ Brown is the second to blame because of all this nonsense that's happened since the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl and he said it wasn't enough. He wasn't pleased enough. So that was planting the seed. And then we came into the season and he kind of was murmuring and talking under his breath, but not making a lot of noise. And then all of a sudden he goes on the Instagram, he goes on the Twitch, he goes on to every and any social media platform that he has an account with. And he starts talking about his teammates. He starts talking about his team, not as, you know what, we need to do better. No. They need to give me more. They need to do more for me. Look, this isn't a me game, dude. If you didn't know that, if you didn't catch the damn memo by now, it's not a me sport. It's a team sport. Like, you got to get with the program. Just because you feel like you're one of the top 5, he thinks he's one of the top 5 receivers, not me. In this league, dude, if you feel that way, here's a little clue. If you feel like you're a top 5 receiver, then play like one.
Right. That's
All
right.
James, who is your number 2?
This is a tough question between either Patullo or Jalen Hurts here. But if I gotta pick one, I gotta go with Jalen Hurts here. I mean, I think. I mean, look, I'm not. Actually, you know what? On second thought, maybe that would be number 3 for me. I apologize.
No, it's all good. So you're going Patullo here.
I go Patullo, yeah. I go Patullo number 2. Because, I mean, Jalen Hurts is to blame for this, but I got to say, the way Patullo has made Jalen Hurts into a real difficult quarterback he is, I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, that has to start from the top. It's like the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and maybe number 3 will be Jalen Hurts. So for me, I got to go with KP for number 2.
So for me, I'm in the same boat as James right now. It's gotta be KP. The reason is of how predictable it is.
Right.
You guys go on social media and see how predictable it is. Saquon Barkley up the middle. AJ Brown deep ball.
No one's outside. Yep.
It's predictability. I feel like I'm playing
It's
men.
simple. It's like simple vanilla offense. Like what's his name? Adam Cease brought up a couple days ago on our show.
All right. So who's your number 3, Joe?
This is where I put Kevin Patullo, and for a lot of the reasons what you just mentioned, but I'm going to add some little caveats to it. If you go back and watch some of the games from the first Giants loss to now, to the Chargers game, what you're going to notice is that the gameplay, the game plan, the strategy, the scheme is different for each of those games. So Jalen Hurts isn't just, okay, we're going to throw outside the hashes because that's what you're comfortable with. We're going to throw outside the hashes because that's the place where you are least potential for an interception or a turnover. Okay. No, now we're going to go, okay, we're not going to run the ball as much, so it's all on you, Jalen. Okay. All right, Jalen, we're going to put it, it's all on you. That's the nuance. Now we're going to add a new nuance this week. You got to throw to AJ Brown like 15 times because we don't want him upset. Okay. Here's the nuance. Here is the next nuance for you this week, Jalen. Every week it's a new nuance. Jalen's like, all right, dude, this is one of the reasons why Jalen Hurts said in the press conference, which no one has paid attention to as far as why he said it, not because he said it. And it is, if we just picked one scheme, one plan of attack, throw across the middle and run the ball. Okay, that's one scheme. Throw outside the hashes and run on the outside. That's one scheme. RPO with an occasional screen pass. That's one scheme. If we're playing all 5 schemes in 5 weeks, you're going to blow the quarterback's head up, not to mention confuse the receivers in what their assignments really are to do. So there is no cohesiveness to this offense because you keep changing what the identity of this team is, because you keep changing the scheme because Coach Kevin Patullo is reading on Twitter he doesn't throw over the middle enough. Okay, fine. So we'll throw 80% over the middle against the Chargers. What? Okay, dude, stop. Just stick to your guns. Stick to what is going right. And stop with this, let's change it. Let's change it. Let's change it. It's not a tire. We don't need to change it every 500 miles.
That's true.
All right, James, who's your 3?
This is why I go with Jalen Hurts here for number 3. So, my dad, Joe Scorza, brings up a good pointer too. He says that actually he puts him at number 2, but at the same time, he says that if I can look up this comment here for 1 sec, he says that
Go for it.
He says that number 2 for me. He says number 2 for on the list here, and he says the quarterback is the most important, affects the most important part what actually happens on the field. And he loves Hurts, but he hasn't been playing to the capability and abilities that he had all year long. So for me, the reason why I put Jalen Hurts as number 3 is because the same reason being is that the reads are not there. Obviously, I mean, Kevin Patullo is partially a part of that reason alone, but I think the reason why Hurts has started to, dare I say this, but regressed is because maybe is the offensive scheme is not working in his favor. Maybe the reason why his scheme, like last year, he did very well with obviously with Kellen Moore taking us all the way to the Super Bowl, which we'll never forget. But I feel like now, I mean, I think the one thing that Jalen Hurts has really, dare I say, the words regressed is because he like that game on Monday was a pure example of how much that football is not like going. I mean, back last year, you thought about that dagger with Devontae Smith, and it was a perfect throw. I mean, it was like so perfect. It could have been in a movie. It could have been like Invincible 2, you know. But yeah, I think the reason why his passes are off this year is because I guess either Kevin Patullo is not giving them the right reads, or maybe it's just that he's starting. I mean, or maybe it's a Super Bowl hangover type of year. I don't know. But at the same time, too, is that if this continues, maybe we have to look at it and say, okay, maybe what Jalen Hurts has to do is that we have to find some poise that fit him instead of trying to fit what Kevin Patullo is going to give him.
All right. So for me, I might do a split. I'm thinking about putting KP 3 and Jalen Hurts 2. Okay. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, I
Just
think I might be
because.
thinking that too, but I think it's still in the same boat.
Okay, so for me, if I do put Hurts at two, because how much does he actually need,
Mm,
right, to be successful? With Kevin Petula, yes, Jalen Hurts gets all these offensive coordinators. Like,
that's right.
okay, like, all right, you got to deal with what you got.
Yeah,
And if people want him to step up, maybe Hurts is not stepping up as much in the last couple of games. So you know what? Screw that. I'm keeping KP 3. I'm going Jalen Hurts. I'm a KP 2, going Jalen Hurts 3,
yeah.
and then that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think me and James are gonna go through the exact same way. I think
Good
maybe
minds
I'll
think
make a
alike, I
change at
guess.
the end. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
They
Joe.
were just going best friends. They were just going best
Joe,
friends. Yep.
who you got for 4?
Joe, yeah, what do you go? You
I
want?
I have offensive lineman, the
Hmm.
offensive line
I
for
think I
number
might be
4,
in the same boat as you.
because here's where I understand the injuries, but there are some glaring problems. Landon Dickerson, especially Jordan Mailata, and I'm a Jordan Mailata fan. Don't get me wrong. The singing giant, I love him. Like I love the person and the player he is, but he hasn't been playing well this year.
No.
And whether he admits that to himself or not, he hasn't been. He's cost us some plays. He cost us a touchdown on Monday. He's cost us a couple other big plays in other weeks. Cam Jurgens is another one. He's cost us a couple big plays. Some of these offensive linemen, when we talk about Jalen Hurts, we forget that some of the plays that he's actually made that have been really good, eye-catching plays. The only reason why those plays aren't still in the record books is because they got called back for offensive penalties, for offensive line penalties. So that's one part of the offensive line that I feel like is really detrimental to this offensive success, or lack thereof. But the other thing is, since Jalen Hurts has been going under center more this season than he has in previous seasons, that means the offensive line has to hold stronger longer.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't been. Jalen has been running for his life and getting sacked. He's been taking really bad losses because his offensive line, which is supposed to be one of the top offensive lines in the league, is playing like a very mediocre to bottom of the barrel kind of offensive line this year. And I'll be honest, when you're dealing with an offensive line like that, yeah, it makes your quarterback look pedestrian, but it's not necessarily because your quarterback is pedestrian. It's because they're not getting the opportunities to see the field the way they need to. They're not able to run the plays as they should be executed. So I think the offensive penalties, the lack of successful play from people like Jordan Mailata and Cam Jurgens, and the idea that they've been getting Jalen Hurts sacked on a repeat every week basis, in bad situations too. I think that's the reason why I have the O line as my number 4.
All right, James, who you got at 4?
I think I'm in the same boat as Joey. I gotta go with the offensive line too, and you said it best there too, brother. I think the other thing too that really sticks out to me the most with the offensive line is that I seen some fair share of undisciplined penalties with that offensive line this year. And you think about that right guard position that was Mekhi Becton's job at last year's at last year to this point last year at this point. And I seen Tyler Steen as an okay player, but let's keep it real here. I think Mekhi Becton should have stayed here for more than anything.
Sure.
The other thing that really kind of surprises me to see kind of see how much Jordan Mailata has not played up to the capability that he had all this year. And I think like you said that I think I agree 100% right there. Like you said about Jordan Mailata too, Joe. The other thing that really sticks out to me the most too is that Lane Johnson. It feels like every single year we can't feel like we can't. We're not. I think the other thing that really kind of I guess it's going to concern me if, let's say, for example, at the end of the year, if Lane Johnson retires. And I think the other thing too is that if that is the case, then you got to go out there. Like if you're Howie Roseman in this draft, you got to find Lane Johnson's replacement. Not saying Tyler Steen's on the hot seat, but he might be. In my opinion, is that I think you should go after somebody that like Mekhi Becton was actually a steal in that championship year and how effective he was, and not having him there and having Tyler Steen there. And look, Tyler Steen is a good player, but the undisciplined penalties on that side, it's just that's probably why Saquon Barkley doesn't get those runs like he did on Mekhi Becton's side, because it's probably basically plain and simple. It's like, yeah, sure, Steen is good, but we want Steen to be great. I mean, we waited for Tyler Steen to finally basically come into his own as an offensive lineman, and also, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I didn't find Tyler Steen to be the replacement for Mekhi Becton. Maybe I would have gone out of my way and see if there was somebody out there like a Mekhi Becton in the offseason and try to replace him with. But I don't know. I've been kind of disappointed with Tyler Steen on that offensive line. And also Lane Johnson's getting older. And then, like you said, Jordan Mailata had his fair share of struggles this year. I mean, Landon Dickerson's good, but he's like that. I mean, Cam Jurgens was good, but this whole offensive line all this year, they haven't played a full 60 minutes and also a full 17-game season too. I mean, we still got a couple games to go, but still, it's been a fair share of obstacles for that offensive line this year. So I got to put them at number 4.
So for me, I'm going AJ Brown here. This is where I'm going to go AJ Brown for a couple of reasons. One, he destroyed the bunny, so you got to put him up here for destroying the freaking bunny. That's a 1.
Congratulations.
2, yeah, right? He destroyed the freaking bunny.
Look, just because he was Glenn Close and he boiled the bunny does not make him a bad guy.
You don't. I just had to
I
put
think
that
Gritty
out there.
needs
You
to come
don't
out of the
destroy a
woodworks.
bunny.
I think
You
Gritty
don't
needs to
destroy
come
a
back.
freaking bunny. But
I mean, you know how much of a Flyers fan I am. I think we need to bring Gritty in to wake this team up.
Wow.
But
For
seriously,
you to say that.
yeah.
Wow.
For me, the reason I have AJ Brown 4 is exactly
And I'm
the
anti-Gritty
same
too.
reasons that Joe had AJ Brown for 2.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't call the teams out. You don't do all these shenanigans or whatever. You just have to keep everything in-house. If you're frustrated, talk to Sirianni. If you're frustrated, talk to Howie Roseman. If you need time to take time off for your mental, go take care of that. We said that multiple times here. So for me, AJ Brown is 4. The reason I don't have the O-line here is because I agree with your dad, James. The O-line hasn't played a full game together yet,
Right.
except for
That's
one
right.
game. So that's for me. So the O-line is actually going to be my next spot. Spoiler, that's my next spot. Joe, who's yours? What's your 5?
So this is where I have Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is culpable for a lot of these things and a lot of this offense. I don't take any blame away from Jalen. He has not played up to Jalen's standards, but I think Jalen knows that. I think, for those people who think, well, he's just willing to run into the brick wall. I think Jalen's very frustrated with his play. And sometimes as an athlete, when you get frustrated with your play, you're just looking for the bright spot. You're looking for that moment where it's like it clicks. And you got to admit, at one point in time in the Chargers game, with that 52-yard run by Saquon, we all thought that's Saquon's moment. That's the spark. That's where we're coming back. And Jalen hasn't had that moment yet. And,
Right.
my feeling is I am never going to lose faith in Jalen. All this talk of that I've been hearing about, well, do we want to continue on with Jalen Hurts as the quarterback? I mean, this Philadelphia fan base is none that I've ever completely recognized anymore, because it's like, okay, I can understand the Ben Simmons thing. I can understand the Joel Embiid thing because they didn't win a championship. I can understand the Bryce Harper thing. I can understand all that. But this man won you a Super Bowl and was Super Bowl MVP. Nick Foles has a statue, will be known as Big Dick Nick all over in Philadelphia, and Nicky Six and all those things. He will be royalty in this town forever. And
Yep.
he only had to win a Super Bowl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts did it, and we're willing to ship him out for Tanner McKee. Like, what are we doing here? I understand I understand Jalen Hurts has not been playing to his best. But if you say, okay, here are your choices, Tanner McKee or Jalen Hurts, I'm saying Jalen Hurts every day. Now, that doesn't mean that I think that Jalen Hurts is going to be like this superstar. I do, however, think, and I use this adage with Pat Mahomes all the time, I think if Jalen really wants to prove to this fan base and turn things around, if Jalen has one, I think it's time to put the cape on. I think it's time for people. I think he needs another moment like he did with Pittsburgh a year or so ago. Is that what y'all wanted to see? I think he needs another moment like that, not just for us, but for himself. So I have Jalen Hurts as my fifth.
Okay.
All right. James, who's your fifth? Because my fifth is offensive line.
So for me, I gotta go with Howie Roseman. So
okay.
So here's the reason why. It's basically, I mean, the reason why I didn't say he was on the top of my list, obviously, is because I think the thing for Howie, the reason why I say Howie is number 5 is because I think he's a problem, but he's not the big problem. You know, I think maybe what he did in the offseason was a little much, because you think about it. You got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, which you know now C.J. Gardner-Johnson's a head case, obviously, we're going to admit. But then you re-sign Mekhi Becton. I mean, sure, yeah, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, good players, but he got rid of them in the offseason. I mean, for me, I think the reason why I say Howie Roseman is not the lead. I mean, he's like I say, he's a problem, but he's not the big problem in the big fish in the pond, obviously. For me, what Howie Roseman needs to do this year is that maybe what the Eagles need to do as a team is had to find the pieces that got them to that Super Bowl. Obviously, the Saquon Barkley was a home run hit in that 2024 year. Mekhi Becton was. I mean, yes, C.J. Gardner-Johnson was with the Eagles, and he was a good effective. I mean, this offseason, I guess it was not the best of off seasons for Howie, but it wasn't it could have been better. But I think for me, if Howie Roseman doesn't do, I mean, the great thing he did more than anything was the bulldog mentality that he got on that defensive line, which is I'm ecstatic about what Vic Fangio does for that defensive line, and kudos for bringing those players in and bringing that mentality in. For me, I think that offense, I think the one thing that has to be fixed up here, the reason why I'll tell you why, the reason why I picked Howie Roseman in the next segment here, because I'll tell you that's really been bothering me these last couple games with the situation on our offensive side. For me, I think the reason why he's a little bit of a victim, like my dad says here too, Joe Scorza says here too, but he's not a big problem. So for me, it's just that I think he just needs to do better in this offseason more than anything.
All right. Joe, because we all know I picked offensive line. So, Joe, who's your last spot? I think we already know.
So my last spot is Howie Roseman, and I'm going to kind of chime in with some of the similar things that James was just talking about. Here's where my biggest problems are. Okay, there were a couple missteps by Howie Roseman that I think he could have easily prevented. Number one,
I'm sorry, Joe. I think you said AJ Brown instead of Howie.
Well, no, I said Howie.
That was you.
No, I said Howie.
AJ Brown.
No, I said Howie Roseman.
Yeah.
Right.
You put Howie Roseman here, and you didn't have AJ Brown, so AJ Brown's your last spot, right?
Wait. I'm sorry. Are we at 5 or are we at 4?
Yeah. We're on 6 right now.
6.
We're at 6.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just got confused. I'm sorry, Joe.
All good.
So
keep going, Joe.
my thing is he had some missteps that I think he could have easily prevented. Some guys that he let walk away that were not like world beaters, but they're definitely guys that you could have re-signed that could have been definite contributors and wouldn't have cost you a lot of money. First off, uh, Eli Rogers, you could have re-signed him for cheap, and he would have
Right.
been a great second cornerback. And you would not have had Adoree Jackson. You would not have had to worry about your secondary in that
That's right.
regard. Next, Orion Burks or Orion Burks.
Orion Burks. Yeah.
Yeah, the linebacker.
Orion Burks. I'm sorry.
You could have had him for dirt cheap, and he would have been a depth piece until N'Kobe Dean would have came back from his injury,
That's
and
fair.
so that would have been something to hold on to. Next, I go on to the offensive line. Not only do I say you should have re-signed Mekhi Becton because $10 million for an offensive lineman, especially one that was already proven, is definitely worth it. Number two,
Mhm.
this is where me, James, Frank Finnegan have talked about this ad nauseum for the last 2 years. And that is that Howie needs to address the offensive line and the heir apparent for Lane Johnson in the draft so that way he can come in and fit in just like Jordan Mailata. The problem is you threw Tyler Steen in there and you thought he was going to be effective.
Mhm.
And to be fair, no one can replace Jason Kelsey,
Right.
but Cam Jurgens is doing not a great job of doing that. And I'm not saying he's a terrible center, but you can't sit there and say, okay, he's the linchpin to that offensive line. There
Mhm.
are certain things that Howie Roseman could have done better in the draft that I think he dropped the ball on. Now, that being said, there are other things that he could have done as far as waiting to re-sign Saquon Barkley or
Right.
extending Saquon Barkley. Because you could have used that money to go and hire a better safety. You
Mhm.
could have used that money to re-sign someone like Josh Sweat or Milton Williams or someone like that. There are bits and pieces to this team that Howie just put band-aids on.
Mhm.
And honestly, it's catching up to us.
Right.
And I think that's a big problem.
Mhm.
Now, Howie Roseman is in the sixth hole, but let me just put this little asterisk here. If he doesn't solve the AJ Brown problem,
Mm.
that asterisk is going to move him up that rank list.
Oh
Because
yeah.
but believe me, the AJ problem in this locker room is real.
Mm.
All right, James. So, do you agree with AJ Brown being your last spot, or do you want to flip?
Um. Yeah, I think that sounds fair. That sounds
Okay,
fair.
so you're at AJ Brown as your last spot. Okay. Or
I'll
do you
tell you.
want to flip? I'm sorry.
Hmm. Uh. I. No, actually, that sounds about right. That
Okay.
I think that sounds about right.
All right. So, why do you have AJ Brown at the last spot?
All right, you want me to tell you why that the reason why I came? I was going to tell you guys I'm coming in hot now.
AJ.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You know what? Here, you go, and then I'll give my. You know what? Let me go my reason for Howie Roseman, so that way you
Sure.
get all the. All right. Let me go with Howie Roseman here. Basically, the same thing that Joe said. Basically, all right. You go. You go, James. Go for
Okay.
it.
All right. So all week I started to think about the question: who is the point for this Eagles offense? And yes, sure, you could blame the quarterback, you could blame the offensive line, you could blame Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni, and the list goes on and on. But ever since this player came to the Eagles, I was really excited for this player. Always has been. I remember where I was when the Eagles got him. I was ecstatic. I said, finally, we've got this wide receiver, but I can't hold it in any longer. I am out on A.J. Brown. I am out on A.J. Brown, and I'll tell you why. The last several months when the Eagles were winning games, close games rather, as this is the same guy that won games with us in this last year at this point, got us some great wins when it mattered the most. And even on the art museum steps and says, oh, here's the thing that makes it even worthwhile. That he says that he was a diva, that people consider him a diva rather, and all he cared for was stats. And he said, at the end of it, I'm a effing champion. But we forgot the same Super Bowl that he won, he seemed disgruntled. He seemed disgruntled and a face that was trying to change the way the team was supposed to be. I remember the game he was playing against the Carolina Panthers, and the question was asked on, like, somebody in the media asked him, what do you think one needs to be critiqued on this offense? And he says, passing. So, must we forget, the same week after that Panthers game, he brings a book to the sidelines as a coping strategy, as to keep him zen or positive throughout the game. But let me say this too. If you're going through mental health and you want to, and look, I don't mind coping books. It's a great coping strategy to realize that sometimes you're trying to adjust to the problem and trying to cope with it. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. If it makes you feel good, fine, good, whatever. But must I forget the same reason why this season, when the Eagles were winning close games, again, AJ disgruntled once more, and also this time goes to the social media platform and says, well, it's me bullshit. Like the typical, like it's my offensive players, I'm not getting the ball enough, the whole you can read the T-Ways without saying you can read the T-Ways. It's plain and simple. So the Eagles are struggling now because of it. He's getting his passes now. He's getting the receptions that he needs. While on the other side of it now, the Eagles are starting to struggle. The real problem is now, since he is getting all of his passes now, it kind of reminds me of an old wise tale would say, so aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? So here's the other thing that really bothers me more than anything. I can go on and on and on about this. But the way AJ has been disintegrative of this team when the team was winning and he was putting out quotes on Facebook, social media, and a whole 9 yards about it, I can't take it anymore. It's enough. Okay? If you don't want to be here, then pack your bags and get packing right away. Because I have never seen a guy seen so disgruntled after we win, and then at the same time when we lose, he's like saying, oh, well, we got my passes. Hey, we showed our youth today. Seriously? This is the same team who won a Super Bowl last year and also who was a great leader in this locker room. And look, he was a great player when we brought him in here. But all I hear out of his mouth is so much negativity, and then hearing like storyline after storyline, like it's like a TMZ circle all over again. If you don't want to be here, then just say it. Just admit it. I'm not going to pull a John Kruk and say you don't have the guts to succeed here. It's always just proven that you're miserable, and the reason why I can't take it anymore is because now the team is starting to suffer in every which way too. So it's enough, okay? It's enough. Enough of this bullshit. It's either you get go or get gone now. Time's yours.
All right, James. So with that being said, in my opinion, I think you should move AJ Brown up.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't think he's your 6. Well, I think you should move him up.
You know what? I think I'll put him at 3. I'll put him at number 3 as a big concern, and maybe move down her. Actually, you know what? How about this? Maybe we'll put AJ 3, Jalen 4, and we'll put the Howie Roseman at 6.
All right. Let me fix that real quick.
I'll say this, James. I have to ask. So you brought up about the inner excellence about the book.
Sure. And it's a great book. Look, I mean, if it helps you cope, God bless you.
I am not criticizing the book. I am not.
I hear you.
I'm not criticizing. I'm with you. Like, coping books are beneficial. Okay.
Exactly.
And if he read it for him to cope, that's great. I applaud him on that.
Fantastic.
But this is what I have to ask. knowing what we know now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that book a prop or was it real? Like, was
That's
that
why I
book?
want to know.
What was that book like? To bringing out the thing of popcorn and like throwing it on him. Is
Right.
that the guy pulling out the cell phone from the bottom of the
The Joe Horn. Yeah, the
GoPro?
Joe Horn
Yeah,
situation. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Like, is it a prop or is it real? Because we've talked about it before. You sit here and you say, people call me a diva. People say I'm worried about my steps, but I'm a world effing champion. Okay.
Sure.
You say that 5 days before you go on to Instagram or whatever
Right.
and put a video up saying you're not satisfied. Like,
Right.
okay, so wait a minute. You just said in front of everybody that you were more than satisfied with being a world effing champion. But yet
Right.
you're sitting here now saying you're not. So for me, it's a guy. For me, it's about if the guy can't make up his mind. Now, I've
Right.
said this about another guy that wore a C on his chest. If you can't be a leader,
Mm-hmm.
then either you need to get the C removed from your chest and understand that you need to know your role and shut your mouth, or you need to go somewhere else.
Well, let me say this too. Here's the thing that reminded me of AJ Brown. You talked about it many times before with Claude Giroux. Same thing. Same kind of scenario we have now with AJ Brown here. It's that, I mean, sure. I mean, once AJ's effective, he's great. He's like Jerry Rice. It's like, and look, I remember where I was when the Eagles drafted him. I was like, holy, yeah, we finally got the guy we wanted. And now it's just like, I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it, man.
I mean, here's the thing. Do you realize that at this point, that unlike most situations we would be in, we could trade AJ Brown and still get a really decent asset back?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like we're trading AJ Brown for James Thrash. It's
Right.
not like we're trading AJ Brown for Todd Pinkston. We would be trading AJ Brown for a significant haul. And so if this guy is not happy, let's make his dreams come true.
Right.
Let's make him happy.
What's his like, Laverne and Shirley?
Yeah. We're going to make it. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yes.
Yeah. Believe it or not, like, you know what's crazy? I could actually see AJ Brown. I don't know why. I can just see AJ Brown just say, you know what, just give me my papers and I'll go somewhere else, and like he'll go to a shit team. Like,
you know where I want to send them? I want to send him back to Tennessee.
That would be funny.
Send him back to Tennessee and say, okay, this was nice. You can go back now. You can go.
He's not the only 10 I see. He's not the only 10 I see, so there you go.
Why does it feel like that number 11 like jersey for the last 2 times we wore it? It feels like it's like we're dealing with the same situation here.
Right. And
you know what I mean? I mean, this is Norman Blackwood's number, and he's turning in his grave.
Yeah, and you got to think, any other player that comes to this team after AJ Brown that wants to wear, don't wear 11.
I mean, seriously.
We're 99. That's Wayne Gretzky's number.
Like, well, yeah, I gotta do this. 6'7"? Can you wear 6'7"?
Yeah. Hey, look, you can wear any kind of jersey now.
Joe, you set me up for that one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, no, you did. No, but no, it's true though. I mean, you know who's a good number 11? Pegs, Philly sports guy. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
like the Philly sports guy. Like, I actually feel bad for him, and a buddy of mine's number, like his favorite jersey number is number 11 in tribute to Chris Anderson. Knock on wood. But the reason why is it's like that jersey. Exactly, the jersey should be put in a bathroom because that jersey is just. I mean, the jersey should just be retired. Friggin', like screw it, fuck it, screw it.
Well, look, can't we just do this? Hey, Norm Van Brocklin, you were so good. We're gonna retire your jersey.
Why not? He won a championship.
That gives us as an excuse, don't it? Like, he was a good enough player. That gives us an excuse.
Hey, look, if Shady doesn't want to be in the Hall of Fame, then like retire Norm Van Brocklin's number. Right? Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly right.
So to end the show, It's just everyone's list. So for Joe, he got Sirianni, A.J. Brown, Kevin Patullo, offensive line, Jalen Hurts, Howie Roseman. James, Nick Sirianni, Kevin Patullo, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, offensive line, and Howie Roseman. For me, Sirianni, Patullo, Hurts, Brown, offensive line, Howie Roseman. Do you guys want to make any changes?
Nope.
So we're good.
I know. You know what? I think that sounds fair because like with Jalen Hurts and offensive line, it's kind of like 4 and 4A, like something like that. So yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So all right, guys. So that's gonna conclude this episode of Fly Like an Eagle. Hopefully you guys like this concept. I just thought of it the other day. I'm like, dude, let's just attack it. I think that was really fun.
You know what I should do here too? I should do this for like this is a good idea. Maybe I'll do it for the Flyers off season and see. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll make the postseason, but more than anything, it'll be more who needs to get hot, like, you know.
There was a caller today, James, that like said something on WIP that made me think of you.
What's that?
And it was the Flyers. If the Flyers have a higher likelihood in this caller's mind, have a higher likelihood of winning a playoff series than the Eagles do winning a playoff game.
It's true. It's damn true.
I'm like, what? That's insane to even
Dude, it's the truth. It's absolutely true.
Well, I understand that, but think about that statement and where we were 8 months ago. Would you even fathom to say that out loud with a straight face?
Yeah, right. Exactly right.
All right, guys. So to conclude the show, we're going to go with 3 words or less. And if you want to make a prediction about the Raiders, you can. I'm not. So we're just going to
just win, baby.
Just win.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Wow. You
said 3 words or less. That's what just came to my mind.
It's fitting, but damn, you did that? Jesus.
Did I miss something?
Just Win Baby was Al Davis's, the former owner for the.
Yeah, I know that. I guess my mind was just off. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
It just popped into my mind. It's like, duh, just win, baby.
I mean, but James was so quick to the fire. He was like, just win, baby. Like, hey,
oh my God.
The hell?
Oh man, I'm in
tears. You're 3 words.
I'm gonna say, please, Eagles win. Please, Eagles win. I just need a win. I just need to feel whole again. Like that the sky isn't falling. Like we're still the Eagles. I've said this before, and
you just sound like Shirley. What's her name? Eagle Shirley. Just like I can see Eagle Shirley talked about that too.
Here's my thing. You know how the whole Eagles team said we're going to ignore what happened last season, where we're not going to call ourselves defending Super Bowl champions.
Turn this around, perfect.
I think what we need to do is have the whole team go out onto Lincoln Financial Field and point to the banner. And say, that's who you are.
What is it? Wait, hold on. Is this WWE where they point at the WrestleMania sign? Is that where we're going now?
Yes, damn it. Because listen,
look, Cody Rhodes finished his story here in Philadelphia. Why can't bring him back?
We need to Hulk up, man. We need to Hulk up, man. We need to have the Eagle Mania run wild on Philadelphia. Like, you got to eat your vitamins.
He's talking about the wrestler people, not the actual person. He's talking about the wrestler people.
Hey, look, Cody Rhodes finished his story here in Philadelphia. I'm not a wrestling fan, but I know. I'm thinking. There you go.
Was there for that.
Here's the thing: you play for the Flyers, you can walk down right across the street and talk to your buddy Quinion Mitchell.
I can talk. Wait, I can talk to myself.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
So my prediction for the game is going to be simple.
Yeah.
Out of a prediction, gonna bet.
It's going to be 31-13 Eagles.
Nice.
I have the Eagles. I have the Eagles doing this with the idea that Jalen Hurts is just going to go, I'm going to throw.
Prove me wrong, AJ.
No, I don't want AJ to prove me wrong. I hope it gets 3 catches. I hope he gets 3 catches.
Okay,
Just a
I
play
have him
three.
on my I have him on my fantasy team. Can he get at least 8?
No.
Maybe
You can't
6,
get
7.
hit.
Just get
Look,
6, 7.
Yes,
what?
6,
Are
7.
you in the
Thank you.
playoffs? Are you in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, guess what? You're
Oh,
gonna
man.
lose. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I got no prediction. Just
Hey,
win.
at least
Just
I'm
win.
correct about the Phillies.
Yeah. Almost my Flyers
So,
though, Bubba.
wait. So I gotta ask really quickly, Mitch. So your favorite manager in the world got extended to
Oh
2027.
Jesus.
So
Can
how
we
do
wait
you
until
feel?
February to talk about this, Joe? I still can't get over it.
We're not gonna make it anywhere.
No, we're not. We ain't gonna make it. I mean, at least Schwarber's bad, but who cares? I want Bellinger. I'll say go after Bellinger. God damn it. Go after Bellinger, Dabrowski. Do
All
it!
right. So, all right,
Just
guys,
do it.
that is it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed my 3 words or less. Patulo.
Sucks.
Wow. I was gonna say that, but I was gonna be like, your time is
Patullo
now.
to the Giants.
That's
Patullo
4
to the
words.
Giants.
Patullo. Patullo.
Give Goddard ball. That's it.
Run the ball.
Give Goddard ball.
You know what?
Run the ball.
That's something that hasn't been talked about
I don't
enough.
know.
Is that Goddard, as much as Mitch, me and you got into it last year, I
Yeah.
believe. It
Yeah.
was, we didn't think Goddard was a top tier tight end. And you had a good, valid argument. I won't take it away from you that he couldn't stay healthy. Now, this year, he's staying healthy. But the issue is, why aren't they giving him the ball? If he's staying healthy and he's
It's
successful, why aren't you
Patulo
giving him?
and Sirianni.
It's the whole team. It's the whole friggin' team that
Yeah.
sucks.
So,
Wow, that's not what Jason Kelsey meant by that statement, James.
It's the whole team. And everybody sucks.
All right, guys. We'll catch you all later, man. We'll see you guys next week. Like,
Go
share,
Flyers!
subscribe. 6 o'clock tonight. Yay! No Maxi, probably. But other ways. See you guys.
Fuck
Have a
you,
good one.
Brandon Moore.
That too.